Good everyone, it's your boy Santo G, back at it. Today we're right here on the block with it. I got my security right here. Shout out to homie Alex. I had to bring you guys back to the block, tell you guys a couple of stories. You guys know this is where I pretty much grew up, man. I know everybody that lived here, honestly, like everybody by name. Like I could walk by and tell you what's the name of each person in each house, you know what I mean? And at that time back then, I could pretty much walk to any door and they'll open the door and welcome me with open arms, you know what I mean? They didn't see me since I was this tall, you know what I mean? Pretty much grow up. So to come back now, man, you know, is just a blessing, you know what I mean? So right now that I got you guys right here, I don't know if you guys are day ones with my content. You guys watch everything that I put out. When I'm talking about that I'm out here with my god brother Drowsy and the homie Triste pulls up, is me, my god brother Drowsy, and it's a black homie that we grew up with. We pretty much live right here in these apartments, you know what I mean? And let's take a little walk. I want to share a story of the homie Batman, rest in peace. I want to say probably like a couple of days after that I got put on the neighborhood, I had pretty much hit up everywhere, all along these walls. And he pulled up. That's when he was working for DHL. He pulled up in his DHL truck. And the first thing he said when he hopped out, he just looked around. He's like, what the fuck? Like, fucking homie. He's like, you just got put on. Like, you fucking burning your whole spot. Like, your whole block is hit up. Like, with your name in the hood. Like, stop doing that, you know? He warned me. He's like, don't do that, bro. Like, you burning your spot, man. Like, it just, you know what I mean? A story that I remember, you know what I'm saying? That just comes to my mind. Like, it, you know what I mean? Rest in peace to homie. Let's take a little walk. Alright, so we right here. Ain't no who that's coming. You know what I mean? Let me just say I don't promote violence or anything like that, but this is one of the famous walls. It's the one that pretty much the homie was talking about that I had mopped up. It was right here, this bigger wall over here. And then I can also remember another story of the homie. He was at a party down the block and he was getting chased by the cops. So he ran through this it's like an old people condominium, and he ended up tossing one of the straps. I ended up having to hop over and go look for it the next day, you know what I mean? Thank God we found it, we recovered it, but you know what I mean? Just being right here, that's one of the stories that comes to my mind. While I'm right here, I also want to shout out Zacatecas. These are the people that used to live right here, across the street. And if we cross the street right here, I tapped in with my people from Los Angeles Legacy. It's my boy Bigums. He has his own bud company. And we just been missing each other, you know what I mean? Every time he's not busy, I'm busy, or when I'm not busy, he's busy. But this is where he grew up. I grew up as a kid just coming right here, riding my bike from down the block to right here. And remember, in the garage used to be the kicking spot, because my jefita, man, she used to whoop my ass. If I used to blaze back then, my eyes were red, she used to whoop my ass. So we used to come over here and blaze. I'll just come straight here, go to the back in the garage right there, and we used to just be blazing right there, you know what I mean? Shout out Bigums, you know what I mean? Shout out Big Pimpin', his dad, cause his dad, man, I remember him right there, always got the carne asada going or some ribs. Hey, his specialty was them ribs, you know what I mean? Just, man, a gang of good times right here, you know what I mean? And we keep walking this way. Come on. Right here across the street, I want to shout out Paisita. You know what I mean? It was, I remember I couldn't afford haircuts, man. I couldn't afford haircuts back then, and he used to cut my hair, man, just on the strength. He used to see me with a fro, and he'll call me like, hey, come here. I got you. And it wasn't the best, man. Hey, but he tried, you know what I mean? He did his thing, you know what I mean? Salute to Paisita, you know what I'm saying? And come on. I also want to shout out my boy Little Boogie, man. He lives on the block over, you know what I'm saying? This apartment complex right here, if you walk through here, that fence, boom, that's his apartment complex. So all I used to do was just go through here. Let's go to the back. Let's see. Let's go to the back. Like I said, man, back then, as a little kid, you weren't stuck on your phones. You were out playing, you know? We used to play right here, running up and down. And if I wanted to go to my homeboy's house, I used to come over here. They actually put, if you could see, they put another fence on top of the brick wall. Just because we used to jump. We used to hop it so much. Shout out my sponsor, Killer Kush, man. But pretty much, we used to jump up here in this apartment complex right there. That's where my homeboy used to live at in the front. So I just used to have to just boom, walk it, jump over, and I'm at his house. You know what I mean? So oftentimes they would trip. As you see, they put another fence up. So one of the times that I was going to the homie's house is when I ran into my boy Sircle. Take you there right now. We're back. I also want to shout out the homie Capone. The homie Capone used to live right here too in the front. Let's go. So boom. As I said, the homie lived on the block next over. So this is the alley. If you guys seen when I was talking about me asking the bums to buy me a 40 or buy me a blunt, it was right here in this alley. One of the times that I was walking to my homeboy Little Boogie's house, I'm walking and I see my homeboy Sircle, rest in peace, walking up. And I didn't know him at that time. This was the day that I met him. He's walking by me, and I banged Hyde Park. At the time, I wasn't from the hood yet. I was from Hyde Park Locals. So I'm walking by him, and we just look at each other, and I just told him Hyde Park Locals, and he banged the hood on me. We're like, what? Like, what's up? Like, what they call you? You know what I mean? We told each other, gave each other a hug and shit. He's like, where you going? I'm like, oh, I'm going to the homie. He's like, hey, I just came from there. And since then, man, we were inseparable. You know what I mean? Long live my dog. I just wanted to come bring you guys right here, man, to share that story with you guys. I was walking down this alley when I met my dog, you know what I'm saying? Just good times, you know what I mean? Good times with the boy. But yeah, these are another walls that we used to stay hitting up. And I don't remember what's the name of the other homie that used to live here. But he used to cut hair too out of one of these garages. He used to cut hair. It was one of the older homies. But I remember one time I'm getting my hair cut and the homie comes in. I think it was the homie Grinch. It was a güerito homie with colored eyes, blonde hair. But he comes in just bleeding, like leaking. He has a white tee, he takes it off, and he's just right there like leaking. And I'm just sitting down getting a haircut. I could have been like 12, 13, you know what I mean? I wasn't that old. And I just remember seeing him, and the homie, you know what I mean, that was cutting my hair was the older homie from the hood. So he just like telling them, like, they start talking and shit, you know what I mean, start politicking. And I just remember that, you know what I mean, being right here, that's a memory that came to my mind, you know what I mean? And I wanted to share it with you guys. So before I end it off, my primo just reminded me, man, I want to also give a special shout out to rest in peace Frank, man. He used to live right here. Come on, walk a little bit here. He used to live right there where that black gate is at. And on Fridays, every Friday, he used to open it and he used to do tacos. Like say tonight is Friday. We would have tacos going on with OG Frank, you know what I mean? Just wanted to salute to him, man. Rest in peace, Frank. Cause that made every Friday, man, epic. Cause it was like a get together right there. Everyone just blazing, tacos, drinking. If there was a game, watching the game, you know what I mean? It was, every Friday night was lit thanks to him, man. So I just wanted to commemorate him, you know what I mean? Good looking out, primo, for, you know what I mean? Helping me out with that and reminding me, man, because how can we forget Frank, you know what I mean? OG Frank, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep. What's good, y'all? First and foremost, shout out my security for the day. Guy lifted up.
Oh, what a trip.
Shout out my boy. He's gonna get the first ever Santo G production shirt. Sign it for him too.
Damn, my boy, if you sign my shit, big aka Goofy. Trip. That's what's up, bro. Hey, it's just a surprise. I should blow my mind. What's up, boy? I'm not even wearing this shit. I mean, I'm gonna wear it, but if I wear it, I'm not washing it straight up. What the fuck? Straight up, out top. What trip, nigga?
Go.
And I'm keeping the market too. What trip? Gracias.
Yes, sir.
Hell yeah.